Hey everyone, it's Stephanie Liu and welcome. I've got a new show for you today. I've actually got a lot of things planned for you today. It's crazy. I've been upgrading the studio, changing the run of show, doing a bunch of stuff, and I just can't wait to geek out with you because there's gonna be so much to talk about today. And in fact, I'm using Restream.io to live stream today. So it's going to be a different setup. I'm curious to see how everything is going to pan out. And so having said that, let's go ahead and talk about what the show is about today. All right. So are you interested in learning how to create on-air graphics, custom on-air graphics, not only just for you, but also your clients? Because if you are interested, then I've got something super cool for you today. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. Get ready to wave goodbye to huge media files as I show you step by step on how to create overlays that you can control all from a browser. Find out how in this episode of Lights Camera Live with Stephanie Liu. Now let's get started. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yay. So happy to see you, Mike. So happy to see you, Craig, you guys. New setup here. So I'm using Restream to live stream today on multiple platforms. So if you're finding me on Facebook, hello from Facebook. And Craig, so wonderful to see you. Today, like seriously, today what I'm going to show you not only works on Ecamm Live, but it also works on OBS Studio. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about, and I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I guess I'm nervous because I haven't talked to you guys for a very long time, and ever since Leap into Live, I have been reworking the studio. I've been reworking the studio, upgrading my gear. There's like a lot of stuff that I want to share with you today, and so today I want to show you guys is how to create on-air graphics for your live stream. But before we go ahead and do that, let's go ahead and get this puppy working. I'm going to show you how to create on-air graphics that flow into your live stream. That means you don't have to like create graphics in, Canva or Easel, download them and then upload them into your third-party platform. No, like you design it on your browser and then you push play and boom, it goes and it shows up. Oh my God, Marie Tahan Daniels is here. She says it feels like forever. Girl, it's been like forever, ever. It has. So I'm so anxious to see all of you. All right, so let me go ahead and get this plugged in for you guys. And here's the first question that I have for you. Let me load this up. Oh, Roberto Ortiz is watching from LinkedIn. Look at that. Brian's here. Brian, you're absolutely amazing. Roberto Ortiz is tuning in from LinkedIn. So yay, LinkedIn is working. Okay, super excited. All right, here's what I want to show you guys. This is something that I created on my browser, and I'm going to have it show up on the actual screen. So let's have that puppy play. Let's go over. There you go. Look at that. So you could create polls in this platform that I'm going to show you. So the question for you is, what do you use to create overlays? For me personally, I have actually used, I've used Canva, I used Easel, I've used ScreenFlow, I've used like a number of things. And to be very, very honest with you, when it comes to creating all of these overlays, I have external hard drive on top of external hard drive. It's absolutely insane. So I'm really curious to hear what you're using currently right now for your live streaming overlays. All right. Christopher is saying puppy polls. I don't know what puppy polls is, but this is something that's actually built into the platform, and I'll show you what that is. So give me an answer: A for Adobe Premiere, B for Canva or Easel, C for Photoshop, or D for other. These days, I'm using D. I'm using this new thing that I'm about to show you. Mike Alton says, Jennifer asked, we are upgrading. Yeah, this is going to be a game changer, you guys. All right, so let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. We're going to go ahead. Oh, Craig says After Effects, C&D, After Effects. And then, oh, Dean Reynolds is here. Dean is watching on YouTube. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to freak out, but Dean is like one of my favorite viewers because anytime I put something on YouTube, he is always there. All right, so there is that. There's that question. Thank you guys so much for answering that. Marita Han Daniel says, so what are you using to multi-stream today? Today I'm using Restream.io, and it's pretty slick. I'll tell you more about that. I swear, Marie, there's like so much going on, but let's go ahead and run with the show. Okay. Hey, what's up, Tracy? I'm nervous because I'm about to geek out with you guys, and it's going to be a ton of fun. So let me go ahead and show you my screen real quick. Let's move this over. This is going to be a full geek out session. So if you haven't already grabbed a notebook and closed all your other browsers, now would be a really good time. All right, so this is what I'm going to show you. This is the tool that I have been geeking out on. It's called Singular.live. And what's absolutely amazing about it is that if you are using Ecamm Live or if you're using OBS Studio, you can create these on-air graphics and have them kind of like ping over into your live streaming platform without having to download anything, without having to upload anything. It's all done right here. And the reason why it's so badass, especially to me, is because if you are producing multiple shows, that's a lot of things that you have to do. But imagine this. You create the template, you change the color, and boom, it's all said and done. In fact, let me show you a couple of cool things that it does. Go back to you guys. I'm gonna go over here. Let me show you a couple of things that you can do. So let's say right now I would say everyone is pretty interested in doing their countdown timers. Well, you could actually create something like this. Give it a second. You could create something like this where it actually takes over your screen, and then if you wanted to, you can have the countdown timers start playing, right? So that's something else that you can do, and that's a ton of fun. Jesus is here, Brian, Craig. Chad is also an After Effects guy. Got it. Okay. And then you could do something like, let's say like this. Give that a second. So this is all something that you set up once. You upload your logos, you update your colors, kind of like you would in Easel or in Canva, right? And then it just pulls in all of those different elements. So when you're working with other clients, this makes it so much easier. And P.S., by the way, if you're just tuning in, stick around because I'm about to give away a year-long access of Restream. So thank you, Marie, for asking that question. Yes, one of you is going to have a chance to win Restream Professional. All right. So having said that, here's something else that I absolutely have been geeking out with is that if you wanted to, like, let's say you're selling your digital products, right? You're selling your digital products, whether it's your courses, something tangible, all of that good stuff. This is what you can do. Ba-ba! You can have a half screen graphic that shows off your actual services or your products, okay? And this is everything. This is everything that you could build in Singular.live, okay? I'm laughing at Brian's like, what are you doing? Yes, exactly. So now let me go ahead and go back to the screen to show you how this is all set up, okay? I love you guys right now. It's been a while, but it's so good just to see your comments, just to see your faces. I haven't seen anyone else besides like my family for a very long time. Okay, so what I'm talking about is Singular.live. It's remote production, cloud-based graphics. That means if, let's say Mike Alton, you're out for the day and you need to update graphics for your team and you don't have the bandwidth to do it, you send your Singular.live login to whoever on your team and they could upload the assets, and then that same URL will work in your other live streaming platforms, okay? So there's overlays that you can use, all types of productions, and it has a really sweet workflow, okay? So you have your custom overlay builder, there's pro themes, there's actually 20 themes that you can choose from, and I'll show you exactly how to do it, and it's cool. All right, so let me go ahead and switch back over to me. I'm going to show you the back of this, okay? First, I kind of want to show you everything. So this right here is Singular.live, and this on the left-hand side is the playlist. So any of the overlays that I want to create, I create them here. Any of the titles, the subtitles, the pricing, all of that stuff, I load it all in here. Okay. Now, Tim is asking a really good question, and that question is, Steph, does this work with StreamYard? It does work with StreamYard through a hack if you're using a virtual camera. Like let's say you're using Ecamm Live's virtual camera, then you could feed that into StreamYard, and then you also have Singular.live. So it's a lot, right? So something to think about there. All right. Okay. So this is the playlist. And then this is all of the stuff that you can do. Now let me show you my actual dashboard. And PS, by the way, I have all of these instructions laid out for you in today's latest blog post over at Lights Camera Live. That's going to walk you through it step by step. But I wanted to give you a video tutorial first to show you how it all functions, okay? So the first thing that you do is that when you create a free account, this is free. This is 100% free. When you create an account, what you want to do is click on this drop-down menu, and then you're going to go to the Singular Market. In the Singular Market, you will see all these different overlays, tickers, all that good stuff that you can choose from here, right? This is even cool for those of you that are doing digital keynote presentations. You can use a virtual camera like Mike. You can use Ecamm Live virtual camera with Singular.live, feed it into Zoom, and use these graphics. Okay? All right. So there's boardrooms, there's like coffee chats, there's comic book features, which I was absolutely going to geek out on, especially for Comic-Con. And PS, by the way, Comic-Con is going to be a virtual event, so that will be fun. All right. So for here, what I did is that I went ahead and I chose the beauty theme. And when you choose the theme that you want, all you have to do is click on this download button. When you download that button, it's going to go into your library, right? And when you load it into your library, you have the option to choose open with, right? And when you choose open with, you'll want to choose, at least for me, I like to use Studio, okay? And that is what I was actually showing you here. So if I double clicked on this, let it load. Tracy is asking, Stephanie, do you have a referral link we should use before we set up a trial? Singular.live doesn't actually have a trial version for it, so go for it. I'm not getting paid for this from Singular.live. I just thought this was really cool and I wanted to show you guys. So I've already built this out, and so you can see all of the different overlays that I wanted to create here. But if you're starting from the very beginning, which again, I have the tutorial for you here on the site, okay? Step by step, I break it all down for you guys. Okay, so once that's loading over there, let's go back over here. So let's say this is the new app. I'm creating this for you from scratch. You're gonna open it up, and here's the fun part. If you wanna see all the different overlays that Singular.live has to offer, there's a quick way to do that. And it's as simple as choosing the auto playlist. So let me close this up because it's probably thinking like, what's all this stuff that's happening, Stephanie? Kelly Artis is saying, this is amazing. Yes, it's amazing once it loads. Okay, cool. All right, so this is like your blank canvas. Again, I'm teaching you something new that no one else has even talked about. Katie and I from Ecamm were like, holy this actually works. And we were geeking out about it, okay? So here's what you're gonna do. When you're over here on the right-hand side, there are these three dots. You're gonna click on Auto Playlist. What that does is it's gonna give you this modal window, and it says, okay, if we do these overlay graphics for you, do you wanna put any time towards it? Just go ahead and ignore that for now, okay? Just say, okay. All right, so these are all of the different graphics that come in packaged, already done, didn't have to buy anything, completely 100% free. The first thing that you can do is you could play around with the global data. The global data is basically, it's like your branding kit. Like for me, my colors are teal, right? So I put teal, I'll change this, you just click into it and you change it the way that you want it to, okay? Then if you wanted to have an overlay that's a background, you just click on it and it will give you the option to upload an image here. let's skip that for now. Let's say I wanted a full screen end card. I click on that. That's how it's going to look like. It's built in already. And if I wanted to, I could put my own logo in here. I could put in the subtitle, and all of the assets are all over here. Okay. Let's say, for example, going back to background. If I don't want this, I just right click and I delete the overlay. Good so far? Let's say I wanted the product, which I just showed you earlier. If I wanted to create a product, a full screen product, I can put in the title, the subtitle, the price, all of the information, and upload the assets. Cool, right? All right. Sorry, I was looking at the comments for you guys. All right, and then there's other things, like if you want to do a lower bug, you want to do a lower ticker, you can do that as well. The slab trivia, which is what I used. Again, this is only for the Beauty Star theme that I just downloaded. There are 20 other overlays and themes that you can use. So first you're going to build it out in Singular.live in the actual studio, okay? There's other things in here, like if you wanted to have a topic bar with 2 lines, then that's absolutely easy to do. All right, cool. So having said that, let me change that and let me go back over to my demo. Double click. And while that's loading, I'm going to close a couple of these tabs because my computer's like, what are you guys doing? Greg says, oh, I can't wait to use this. I know, my friend. It's pretty amazing. Let me refresh this real quick. And while that's refreshing, here are all of the instructions, okay? So the first thing that I already showed you is first you're going to go to Singular.live. This is where you're going to sign up to create a free account. Right? We've already talked about how you go into the marketplace, and in the marketplace, that's where you're going to find all these different themes that you can select and choose from. Okay? And then you're going to open the theme in the actual studio, and the studio is where you're going to make your adjustments. The first thing that you'll want to do is go into the global data, put in your branding elements, your branding guidelines. What are your colors? What are your themes? All of that great stuff, okay? We talked about the auto playlist. The auto playlist will automatically generate what your playlist is going to be. Okay? So come on. It's still thinking over here. And I love that you guys are already jumping into this and signing up. You guys are amazing. So let's see here. Let me close this tab. One moment. All right, there you go. So auto playlist, that's going to give you the full list of all of the various overlays. You could choose which ones you want to keep, and you could choose which ones you want to delete. All right. The first thing obviously is going to be your global data. Like I said, that's going to be your branding stuff. This is your overlay editor. That's going to be on the bottom right-hand corner. And then once you do that, you always want to click on the update button because that's going to show you all of your data, okay? So this is still loading for me. Greg says that we have our 100th episode coming up next week, and this could really add some pizzazz. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Let's get this going over here. All right, okay. So this is where you can have the opportunity to choose which ones you want here. Now, if you notice here, on this side, you have like these play buttons. Because what happens is that it's always going to show you a preview in the actual studio. And when you want it to go live, you actually have to push the play button. So for Craig's question on can you sync it up to Stream Deck, not at the moment, but there's something even better that I'm about to show you on how you could get that going. Okay, so just hang in there for a second. All right. Then when you're going to upload your assets, you have to go back to your dashboard. You're going to go to assets, and this is where you're going to upload your logo, any of like your product images. That's going to be really helpful. And shout out to Craig, who is coming up on his 100th episode. That's absolutely amazing. Congratulations. Woohoo. All right, let me try to jump back in here. Singular's freaking out. Maybe you guys all jumped in or crashing or crashing it. Okay, let me hop back in. Let me log back in here. Thank you, Brian, for hopping in. I'm excited for social distancing on Saturday. 1 second, hun.
Rainbow sheep.
Okay, let me write that 1 second. That is the sound of a sheep because my daughter likes to play Minecraft. Okay, all right, so we're coming back in here. Gonna double click on that and hopefully that should load. All right, cool. So you're following along. All right, so we've talked about the full screen title card, the lower, all of this stuff here. We've talked about how to upload the assets. The assets are pretty easy. You just go back to your dashboard, click on assets right here, and then you're gonna click on upload. When you click on upload, do all of the things that you have to do there. Next, once you have everything all set up, right? Once you have everything all set up, let's say I want to have, let's do this one, right? This is how it looks over here. But if you remember, I actually made it teal. So it's kind of tricky. Sometimes it shows the default colors, but when you push play, it'll show you the colors that you already created, right? So give that a second. Michelle Williams is saying, so is there a paid version? Yes, there is a paid version. And I'm using the free version because there's a little hack that I'm doing. So remind me, okay? You guys are asking me a ton of questions right now. Okay, so notice that's there. And when I push play, all of a sudden what you're gonna see is on the right-hand side is the output. So over here it says output, and then it's gonna come over into Ecamm Live. Do you see that? And so when I say stop, it comes out and it'll go away. Craig says maybe send Singular a note and explain why they're experiencing an uptick of traffic. I know, right? I know. I'm having a really good time. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a couple of other tricks when it comes to Singular.live. Absolutely fun. But before I do that, I want to give a quick shout out over to Restream.io, who is powering today's show. They've hooked it up. They're helping me out get Lights Camera Live all set and ready to go, which is why I'm so excited to see you guys tuning in from Facebook, from LinkedIn, and even YouTube. So here you go. Your bridge to live streaming across all platforms has arrived. Restream takes care of the bandwidth and processing so you can focus on getting maximum visibility on your favorite platforms. To learn more, head on over to Restream.io. All right, so going back to this. When you have this set up the way that you want to, what you're going to have to do, let me stop this, that way it doesn't take over the screen. Stop that overlay out. Once you have it all set up the way that you want it to, this is what you're going to do. You are going to click on share. And what happens is, I'm just going to delete that real quick, is you're going to copy this share app output, right? And what happens is when you are in Ecamm, right? I'm going to change this over to make that go away. I'm going to change to say live demo mode. So live demo mode is going to show you everything that I'm playing around with. So the code that I just copied from Singular.live, in order for me to put that into Ecamm, or, you know, Tim, if you wanted to do this in OBS Studio, what I do in Ecamm is I have to create, it's going to be a new overlay, and it's going to be called a new widget overlay. And when I do that, that's going to give me the option to give it a name, and then I add the widget URL. This you want to say 1280 by 720 frame, 30 frames per second, right? And when you add that overlay, cancel. Let me show my overlay window to you. Here's my overlays. Overlays, here you are. So you see I have it right here. That's going to be my overlay, and it's a part of the scene. So whenever I want, then it's going to happen. Right, it's going to play whenever I need it to. Jesus is saying that's genius. Andre Thomas says he uses Streamlabs, but I think this could come in handy. Hey, you know what? Streamlabs, has some really amazing stuff. Definitely go ahead and check that out. As a matter of fact, you guys, I have something to share with you. Let me put this back. This is what you guys have been waiting for. And I'm going to change this over to the screen. And I'm going to move over here. Okay, so this is your chance to win. Yes, to win a year of access to Restream. So all you have to do is go to bit.ly/LCL Restream, and then you're going to have an opportunity to just plug in your information, and then you'll win access. I know, it's kind of fun. So when I'm learning something new, you get to learn something new. So come out and geek out with me. This is going to be absolutely amazing. Again, that website is bit.ly/LCL Restream. Check it out. It's going to be so good. All right. So let me stop this and go back over here. So we've talked about everything so far as how to set up your Singular.live, right? How to have it actually play into Ecamm, and how you can use this in OBS Studio. So what questions do you have right now? Oh yeah. That one thing that I was supposed to tell you. Who was asking about the paid version? Let me find that. Let me see if I can scroll up real quick. Okay, so Michelle Williams was saying, so is there a paid version? And yes, there is a paid version, but here's what I do. I'm still in live demo mode. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the overlays. And if you notice, where's my overlays? My overlay is right here. If you notice, I actually created an overlay on top of it in Ecamm, and what happens is that it hides that. It's hiding the Singular.live logo, and so you just create a frame and boom, whatever. It's all good. You're done. You don't even have to worry about it. So yeah, you could use the free version, take advantage of all of the 20 amazing templates, right? And then create an overlay on that bottom right-hand corner to hide the Singular.live. Oh, I'm cracking up. So Jesus is saying, what is the site? The site is Singular.live. And again, I have all of this laid out for you guys on the actual website. Good. All right. So here's the other cool thing about this that I think is really cool. So someone was asking, I think it was Tim, does this connect into Stream Deck? No, it doesn't. But here's something really awesome and amazing that it does do, okay? So I'm going to switch back my screen. And what happens is, look at this. Do you see over here where it says timer? Do you know what that means? That means this is a playlist. So you have all of your overlays and you could just run your show. So if I clicked on play, what happens is that this overlay is going to play for a minute and then it's going to auto transition into the next scene. So if you have a run of show, right? If you have a run of show and you have everything timed out, well, then it's automatically going to advance for you, which makes it super easy, okay? Thank you, Brian. Brian, you're absolutely amazing. He's saying it's Singular.live. Woot woot. And then Brian's also saying, so much knowledge bomb. Drop today. Yes, okay. So what that means is that with this timer, Brian, if I were to play this, I hope you can see it, but over here in this playlist area, it has like a progress bar. And so it's getting darker and darker and darker, and it's showing like the actual countdown. And so once a minute passes, what's going to happen is that it's going to advance to the next overlay that you have. So that's really cool if you don't have a Stream Deck or if you already know what your run of show is going to be like, right? So it's already playing on my end. It's going to play for that. Yes, if you're on Facebook, can you write it's Singular.live. It's right here, basically. Singular.live. Cool? All right, so the progress bar is still happening, and then the next layer is going to show a topic bar with 2 lines and the actual logo. Cool? You know what's funny about Restream is that I see all the comments coming in from Facebook, from LinkedIn, and on YouTube, but I forget that like the LinkedIn people can't see the Facebook people. And so So people are sharing the link on LinkedIn, which I was like, oh, it's right there, but platform specific. All right, so that slab trivia just went away in Singular.live, and then if I wanted it to advance, then you keep this button on, right? So let's say here's the upper left social. Give this a second. Play. I feel like Singular, you guys are crashing Singular.live. Maybe I shouldn't have told you about my new secret. You guys, you're having a lot of fun. Okay. So all right, so this one let me go back over here. Push play. Yeah, you guys are hilarious. You are crashing Singular.live for me. Thank you, Brian, for dropping the links on there. So that's the last thing that I wanted to show you about this is that when you create the overlays, you could set the timers, which is absolutely amazing. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I've actually been working on a new product. Here's another teaser. I've been actually been creating something called the Video Script Maker. And before I show you that, let me hide this real quick. Okay. Because Singular.live just froze on me. Anya says you can highlight and display the comments on the screen in the studio. Anya, you're going to have to show me that. Anya's over at Restream and she's like helping me out. She's absolutely amazing. Okay, so I'm going to hit pause on that. And then I want it to go away. There you go. Okay. So here's something that I've been working on. So what I've been saying is when you create your overlays, you could add the times in there if you know what your run of show is going to be. So this is something that I've been geeking out on since Leap Into Live. Brian, you're like getting front row access to all of this amazing stuff. Hey, Claudia. Oh, look at that. YouTube in the house. All right, so here's something that I've been working on. It's called a Video Script Maker, and it's so cool because you could put in all of your details, like when your show starts, your greeting, your name of the show, all of that badass stuff. But here's the fun part. The next tab over is called the Video Script Maker, and what's amazing about it is that it will automatically give you those hard-hitting headlines and hooks in order for you to create your show. So all you have to do is just uncheck this box and we'll give you a new prompt. New prompt. You're like, I don't like that one. Click it again. It rotates and it gives you another like hook and headline that you can use. So it auto-generates your run of show. And what's nice is then you have this document right here, which is your run of show. It says your start time, your duration, your story, and all of your graphics. In fact, it's something that I actually have right here on my laptop, or not my laptop, on my iPad. And so, can you see that? So it has all of my run of show stuff. And because I know what the timing is going to be when I plan it out, then I go into Singular.live and I don't even have to worry about using Stream Deck. I could just have it run whenever I want it to run. Does that make sense? So that's Video Script Maker. That's something that I'm working on. I will share that with you guys in a little bit. Still testing it out. I have a couple beta testers out there. You know who you are. So I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to start like plugging away all of those questions. I want to give you guys another reminder that if you wanted to learn a bit more about Restream, and if you wanted to get access, enter for a chance to win a year of access to Restream Professional, then just head on over to bit.ly/LCL Restream. Cool? All right. So that's going to be your opportunity. Tracy's hilarious. Tracy is saying, oh, envious of the discipline to stay on track. I know. And this is exactly what I was saying on my Instagram stories was like, dude, there's so much that I'm going to show you today, which is why it's so helpful to have the Video Script Maker to talk about like all the different things. And when you have Singular.live to autoplay your playlist with all of the graphics, then it makes it so much easier. Dean, you crack me up. Tracy Lee Lauren says, I need my Stream Deck for when she's all over the place. I got it. Cool. All right, so you guys, everything that we've talked about so far today, this video tutorial goes hand in hand with the tutorial that I already have on the website. Okay, so as soon as you're done watching this video, head on over to lightscameralive.com, and all of like the step-by-step how to share the app, how to install it into Ecamm is all going to be right there for you. How to create your graphics, even things that I'm using. I gave you a sneak peek of like how it actually works in Ecamm. And so Lori is asking what the bit.ly is. Sorry. I know I talk too fast sometimes. So Brian and everyone else, it's bit.ly/LCL Restream. Actually, you know what? Here's what I did. I had put it up on the screen for you guys right here. Let me go back over here. Doop. Let's go Singular. Usually when I'm working in Singular, it's super fast. Like it just pops up. There you go. Let me switch this over. So there's the link. It's bit.ly/LCL Restream and giving away a year of access to Restream Professional. So ask me your questions. What questions do you have about Singular.live? What questions do you have about Restream? And all of this amazing stuff, because it's been a while since I've seen you. Yeah. All right. So yes, see, Craig's amazing. Craig just said it right there. Boom. Okay. And then Wardy is saying there is a Stream Deck plugin coming soon. Amazing. There's a Stream Deck plugin? I know that there's already an Ecamm Live plugin for Stream Deck. So if there's another plugin that you're talking about, I would absolutely love to know. Okay. But so when I was talking to Anya over at Restream and we were planning out like, oh, you know, we could talk about this and that. What was nice is that she sent me like all of the creative assets. And again, I just went into Singular.live, uploaded it into the assets folder, and you could just pick and choose. Boom, boom, boom. And to create this, I could duplicate the overlays and I didn't even have to worry about it. Just made it super duper easy. Brian, you're amazing. Brian is already all up on this. Look at that. This is why it's amazing to have friends that are live streamers too, because like they'll jump in and support the show. All right, so going back, I'm gonna go over to Singular.live and then give that a hot second over there. Hey, Sus is asking if there is a promo code. Are you asking for a promo code for Singular.live? Honestly, I haven't seen one, but you know what? I know that they're on LinkedIn. So if you want to tag them on LinkedIn and be like, hey, Stephanie just showed us how to use Singular.live, then that would be amazing. Now, the thing to know about Singular.live is that it's just on-air graphics. It's not a live streaming platform, which is why you would want to use something like Restream.io where you can go live on multiple platforms, right? Let's see here. All right, so Singular is stalling on me. You guys broke Singular for me. So I'm just gonna turn that off and head back over here. Okay, so that's everything. You've learned everything about how to create animated overlays for free for your live stream by using Singular.live. That step-by-step tutorial is already on the website, lightscameralive.com. And if you want to enter for a chance to win Restream, then head on over to bit.ly/LCL Restream, okay? I will also embed this video into the blog post. That way you have like a visual component to run through it. Now, Marie says that she's all signed up. Good. Dang, you guys are fast. And what I would love for you to do is that if you actually give this a try, if you give it a shot, please go ahead and tag me in it, because I would absolutely love to see what you're creating, how you're using it. Again, there are so many other templates that you can use. In fact, let me just show you the ones that I've been playing around with. Let me switch my screen. So the ones that I have been looking at is Beauty Star, Boardroom, Comic Book, and Executive, right? So if we were to redo this, if I were to go into Executive, I would open that. You're gonna right click and then open with, and then it's gonna be the studio, okay? And when you do that, again, on the right-hand side, click those three dots and then you'll auto-populate all of this stuff. But here's how you can see it. This I actually was thinking about using for Lights Camera Live today because it has these, ooh, did you see that? Did you just see like the transition that it had there? That's amazing. But every time you use a new theme, what you have to do is, again, you're going to click on this share, and that URL for the widget overlay is going to be different for every single template that you use, right? So you could have one that's specifically dedicated to client A, to client B, to client C, which is super helpful. And I say that from experience, having worked in Ecamm, and let me say this, having worked in Ecamm where I would go into Easel and I would create all these different overlays for clients, and then I would have to drag them into Ecamm, create a group folder, and organize my stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people say, well, there's only so many buttons on my Stream Deck, right? Well, this eliminates all of that for you. You have Singular.live as your widget overlay. You could push all the different stuff here. What's also really nice, here's what's also really cool, is if you're doing remote live video production, Tim, this is for you, okay? Tim, if you're going to be doing remote live video production, and let's say Brian is running his show on Ecamm, right? And in his Ecamm, he has the widget overlay. When Brian is talking, he doesn't have to worry about any of the overlays because remotely you could push on that play button, right? Remotely you could push on that play button, and then it goes into his Ecamm. Does that make sense? Are you guys following that? That means that as you're watching the show, like as you're tuning in, you could choose which buttons to push and then you're all good to go. All right. Brian is saying, Tim, sound, pay attention. I know, right? Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? So you could manage this all remotely. You don't have to retransfer files over. And believe me, like even when I was doing Leap into Live, I was like, hey, can you send me that lower third? And we're like, oh crap, like it's using all of my space on Google Drive. You don't even have to worry about that when you do this. So it's pretty awesome. All right. Brian is telling Tim to pay attention. There was someone on Facebook that Temo Zopin. That's a new person. Thank you for tuning into the show because I haven't seen you before, so welcome. Yay! All right, so you guys, if you have any other questions, you know where to find me. You could send a message into my DM, but again, all of the instructions are going to be on the website as soon as this is done. As soon as this is done, I'm just going to get the embed, put it on the site, and you have all the step-by-step instructions. All right. Woo! That was a lot. Oh, wait, here's one question. Tracy is saying, is there a way to view the theme packs before downloading all of them? That is something that I wanted to try as well. I was like, can I just preview it without having to download it? And it doesn't look like that's an option. So that's why I wanted to tell you guys specifically which ones I am a huge fan of. So again, if you wanted to test out the ones that I just did, and even in the tutorial, the one that I'm using is Beauty Star. Okay. So if you wanted to try something from a business perspective, right, from like a marketing professional, I would check out Beauty Star because it has everything that I would normally put into a run of show. Boardroom is amazing if you are doing a digital virtual keynote. Comic book was something I just wanted to geek out and see how it looked like. And then executive is another presentation thing that you can do. Cool? All right. And I want to give another shout out to, I hope I say your name right, Temo? Temo? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. You guys, I appreciate you so much for letting me geek out with you. It's been a long time. Thank you for everyone that reached out to check in and see how I've been doing. It's been a lot, but I'll leave it at that. Let's see here. Brian, you're amazing. He's saying, here are the themes: Beauty Star, Boardroom, Comic Book, and Executive. Those are the ones that I would test out. If you have any questions about it, please do let me know. Again, download any of them from the marketplace, and then once you're in there, go into your assets and upload everything as far as like your product images and your logos. Yeah. All right. Woo! That is a lot, you guys. You're absolutely amazing. And again, if you want to enter for a chance to win Restream, head on over to bit.ly/LCL Restream. And all of the instructions are on the blog post. So I will catch you guys later. You are absolutely amazing. Okay, you guys, take care. Bye.